don't know if we're doing long string. Oh, there we go. What's happening in Coachella Valley? This is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and this is an exciting What's Happening show today. We're here at the Palm Desert High School, and look at this set behind us. And of course, I got my co-host today, Rebecca Rizzo, artist and chamber director of the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. We have an incredible show today. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things that are going on. It's amazing. Not only are we on red tier, but things are opening up all over the place, and we have people coming from every single part of the world to visit us here in the Coachella Valley, and we're so very excited. Hey, can you get that wide angle shot real quick so we can just show the beautiful, see the set behind us here at the Palm Desert High School? So amazing. We're here at the film and broadcasting class, and teacher Joe Martin is the teacher for this class, and we're able to bring in the students to be able to do some of the engineering. And of course, we have Daniel Perry. Are you there, Mr. Perry? Doing the engineering behind the scenes.
Yes, I am.
Okay, my friend. Buddy. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
Look
yes,
at you
pleasure
with
to meet
the
you
mask
all.
and everything else.
Yes,
it's kind of cool. We're
definitely
over 6 feet apart here, about 6 feet apart on stage, but we're able to split the screen and make it look like we are sitting right here. So, Rebecca, how are you doing today?
I'm good. This is so amazing. I'm so excited because we've got some really cool students that are here, and I've learned so much already, and I've only been here, what, 20 minutes?
Fantastic.
It's so excited.
So, we just bring her in for the talent and be able to talk. I know she can do that. She is the membership director for the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce, which means that she pretty much knows everything that's going on. One of the things that's very interesting is you just left a luncheon for the departure of the CEO for the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber. Tell me a little bit about it. What's going on at the chamber?
Actually, well, we are the strongest the chamber has ever been, and it's really cool because we've been under the direction of Joshua Bonner, who is our CEO, and today was his farewell lunch because he has actually decided to take a job that's still going to be helping the community. He is actually going to be working for the cemetery district, which I know everybody's like, the cemetery district.
I didn't even know there was a cemetery district.
Yeah,
we were talking about this outside, and I'm like, cemetery district.
Well, it's one of those things where
what goes on at the cemetery district?
Well, here's the thing. When you actually create a city, the first thing you need to think of is when those folks are sitting in the room saying, we're going to create a city, they have to go, okay, how are we going to handle the people getting born, and how are we going to deal with the people that are buried? And it's funny because it's one of those things you never think about. You know, you need water, you need, sewage, you need all of those things, but you also need a good cemetery district. And so it has not really been revamped in like 20 some years, and that's Joshua Bonner's specialty. He goes in, he streamlines, he perfects it, and then he leaves it much better than it was when he started.
So how long was Joshua the CEO for the chamber?
Joshua, well, okay, so he was part of the whole movement for creating the very first regional chamber here in the Valley. So that he started 7 years ago at the Indio Chamber of Commerce, but during that process, I think he was there for about a year or so, and that was where he and several other folks really joined together to create the regional chamber, which is now made up of Indio, La Quinta, Coachella, Cathedral City, Desert Hot Springs, unincorporated Riverside County, 3 tribal nations, the American Advertising Federation, Leadership Coachella Valley, and we are also going to be helping the city of Indian Wells with their State of the City as well. So
that is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things, you mentioned about all the events that are going on, and Diana Soto, I hear, is the interim CEO, and she is a pro when it comes to events. I know she's been doing a lot of the events for the chamber for a long time. Great selection, and I'm sure that you guys will be moving on completely seamlessly. Hey, I just want to let you guys know this is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and we are coming to you live from Palm Desert High School and a beautiful studio. Look at the backdrop behind us. Of course, this is a beautiful shot of the actual Palm Desert High School campus. If we walked outside, this is what we'd be seeing. Speaking about outside and speaking about things, we're in triple-digit weather right now, guys. It's super hot, 100 degrees today, 102. We're looking at 106 tomorrow, Rebecca. That is really a lot hotter than it's supposed to be out here, and that's going to push all the way through the weekend. So, but you know what? We're all about outdoors, all about all kinds of things happening. What I'm seeing throughout town, live music is coming back everywhere. Not only is live music coming back, but we're seeing the breweries and all different types of things opening up that weren't available inside and go inside now. In fact, I was just doing a story. You guys can go right over to CoachellaValley.com. One of my lead stories is the Desert Beer Company. Going to be there on Friday. They got live music, 3 different acts. It starts about 6 o'clock, 21 craft beers. And the reason I'm bringing this up, Devin Sanchez.
I was just going to say that. I love Devin. He was our member of the week like 3 weeks ago.
There you go. Member of the week of the chamber?
Yeah.
And why I'm bringing up is this is a family-run business, and they started 7 months, 2019, just before COVID. Could you imagine that, opening up a brewery and being all excited and putting all that investment in? But they survived through hard work, great team. Was just out there this week and previewing all these things. But come on down Friday, guys, if you're 21 or older. Actually, it's kid-friendly in that sense, and that you can bring family, and you can also bring a pet. There'll be music outside, and the thing I love about what Devin's doing is he's bringing in food on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They also just upped their hours. CoachellaValley.com, you'll catch that story. It's the first one there. Hope you read all about it, and hope to see you guys on Friday. A couple other really neat things. I don't know if you guys know. Southwest Airlines going to fly straight to Vegas and back to Palm Springs starting on May 9th.
Okay, you need to book us now.
I'm telling you, we're excited about that. I think when I went online, it was pretty amazing. I thought, well, you know, you're just not going to be able to get any flights, but not as expensive as I thought, not as many flights as I thought, and maybe not as direct as I thought. Some of them were going through Phoenix, but nonetheless.
Sure, they'll have to start, right? And so as long as we start using it, maybe they'll go ahead and increase it. So I think that's probably the key, right? PSP first.
That's right. So if we all book those flights, then we're going to end up with more Southwest Airlines. So make sure you bring a friend, and why not? I've lived here for a long time, and from the beginning of time, we've always wanted Southwest Airlines to be here, but it wasn't enough traffic. But everywhere you go, Rebecca, there is so much going on. Everywhere I walk, you see people, and a lot of young people.
Yeah, actually, I think that's really cool you said that, because I just had a meeting with a new lawyer that moved here. And it's really interesting because over the last 3 weeks, I've probably met about 20 30-year-olds that are moving from someplace else and want to get involved and engaged. So that's actually really different demographic that's taking place. It's very exciting. So hopefully for all of the outdoor activities and entertainment, all of our 30-somethings will find a great place to hang out, as well as a place, a home to stay in, right?
You know, one of the things that you have on your title is artist. So
Yes.
Not only are you a director, not a business, but you're also an artist. So you got both those things going on for you. And you're doing something super special coming up, I think, this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend's actually a really crazy weekend, actually.
Hey, maybe, do you have the, maybe we could actually pull up the website. I think we might even have it.
I have
for
a
the
little
Morongo
flyer.
Valley
I think
Art
we've
Expo.
submitted that already.
Okay, yeah, maybe the photo or picture that, just looking at the Morongo Valley Art Expo, and it's May 1 and 2.
So
what is going on up there?
So what happened is, because of COVID, okay, so I am an artist. All of my jewelry I make, it's my therapy. I laugh, but it's true. And that's really kind of the same thing that's gone on with a lot of the other artists that are around. So there was a team of 9 artists that decided, you know what, we've got a bunch of merchandise and we would really love to be able to engage and greet folks. Now, I am a part of, we're a part of the Highway 62 art tours. We do that, but they weren't able to do that last year. So we opened up, created an expo of just 9 different artists that are in Morongo. So that's what's happening.
Well,
we have Snake Jagger. You know Snake Jagger?
Yes, of course.
He's our stop. So it's us. We have 4 artists at our stop, and then the next stop is Snake. So and you'll see there's a list of the 9 different artists.
So what you guys really want to understand is that these are now open to actually show up, right? This is not a virtual event anymore.
Yes.
So what's happening are these events are starting to come back. Something else.
You need to wear your face mask, though,
right,
guys. So even if it is open, you still need to be mindful and understand that you still need to wear your face mask when you're interacting with folks.
You know, something else that's happening that hasn't happened this year or last year, and that is the Kentucky Derby. It's 147th running of the Kentucky Derby is on Saturday, and it's live again. In other words, people are actually able to go there and watch it. It's pretty exciting, you know, because we've been in lockdown or in virtual production for so long, and here we are back now in live in studio, coming right at you. Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. I'm co-hosting with Rebecca Rizzo, and she's an artist, and she's also director of the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. So exciting to have you.
It's exciting to be here. I'm like looking at all the cool stuff that's happening. I mean, we have so many amazing things that's happening to the Valley. I mean, there always was amazing things to go on, but it's neat to watch the businesses open back up. You see that there's the 27th annual Steve Chase Awards that's coming up. That's on May 9th.
And is that going to be in person?
I believe it's actually a mix. I think it's a virtual one. Yeah, I think that's what that is. We've got, there's a drive to change lives, which was actually put out there. Look up that. That's a drive to go ahead and collect different donations and things. So that's actually a really cool thing.
Since we're at a school, we're here at Desert Sands Unified School District, but I heard that the Coachella Valley Unified School District, 200 students participated in a Desert X project, and it's actually being shown as we speak. They submitted their artwork and put it together, and Desert X just announced that Coachella Valley Unified School District, 200 students participating in that art stuff. Desert X, of course, is going to happen all the way through May 16th, and it's 12 different art installations throughout the Coachella Valley. Social justice and a lot of different things themed this year, of course. And if you haven't seen it, you guys should get out there and take a look.
It's everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's all throughout. It's pretty much every city has some type of installation, which is really great. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to.
Do you have a favorite?
I like the ghost tree. I don't know if it's still showing. Is it showing this year?
I'm not sure.
I saw the big slice of cake. There's the biggest slice of cake. And then there's also one that's right down the street from my house, which is on top of a mountain, but I have yet to climb up there. I live in Sky Valley. I don't ever have the right shoes on, but I could see it, and it's really cool. It's neat when they actually get all the artists to really showcase the desert and have that a part of the art installation.
I like the little homestead box that's sitting there in Palm Desert, right next to the chamber there at Palm Desert, by the way. I like it just because it's a small little place. I think I could maybe live.
The tiny home.
They just need to give me a key. I could climb on in there. I like the tiny home concept.
I do too. I want a straw bale house. That's what I want, but they won't let you build them here.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe because it's 106 degrees tomorrow, perhaps.
I think
might just have a fire hazard.
It's not, because it's all condensed, so there's no air inside of it. No, it's all permit.
So what?
It's all political.
It's a straw. Straw game. It's the straw game.
They allow it in Arizona, but they don't allow it here in California yet.
Now
manifesting.
Now we had an opportunity, CoachellaValley.com had an opportunity to actually go live on 5 of the football games that were here at the Desert Sands Unified School District. We were at Palm Desert, we were at Palm Springs, we went to La Quinta, we were at Shadow Hills, had a chance to bring you guys these live games. Unfortunately, they didn't have any CIF championship this year. However, I'm going to announce this. CIF Southern Sectional is going to have their swimming. They're actually going to have a CIF swimming tournament in Orange County. It's live again. So when you think about where we were just a couple of months ago, vaccines, 25% of Riverside County, you guys are fully vaccinated. That means you've had either one or both, and fully vaccinated 25% in Riverside County.
I'm one.
And there you go. So one of 25%. 2.5, how many people? Are there 3.5 million people in Riverside County? So you represent one. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
And my husband represents one too.
There you go.
That was our bonding experience. We went and got our vaccines together.
We're really seeing it build a lot of confidence throughout Coachella Valley and those that are coming into the Coachella Valley and around. It's one of the questions that people are asking. Have you had the vaccine? I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Well,
is that a personal question, or is that something?
I kind of feel like it is a personal question, but I feel like it's something that there's a gray area. So I don't really know how that's going to continue going, because can they really? I don't know.
Not sure either. So I brought it up just for discussion purposes.
Yeah, I think I will tell you the interesting thing is now that there is, like you said, 25% of folks that are vaccinated, we do in-person events. So every week the chamber is still doing in-person events. We have every Wednesday we do a lunch, and I'm going to tell you yesterday we did the lunch at Broken Yoke in La Quinta, and everybody was so emotional. Because it's like every week you get more and more.
Event?
It is a networking event.
Do you do these networking events regularly?
I do. I do them every Wednesday. We do a different location. We move around the valley, so it's your passport to experience a different restaurant across the valley. The price point is usually about $20 all inclusive, and we really just go to different restaurants throughout the valley that's able to host us and that can hold us, and it's usually about 25 people. And it's a really neat experience. But the neat thing is there are a lot of people. Every week we get more and more different people that are coming because they're getting vaccinated and they're feeling free again and ready to connect. So it's a very interesting dynamic that's happening here in the Valley, especially in the professional community. You've experienced it, right?
What?
All
What
the
have I
difference in the change and all of the freedom that people are kind of feeling.
It's really unbelievable. You know, the first time that I stepped into a restaurant or went to a live music show, it's like children again. I mean, we're just kids all over again, reconnecting with things that we haven't done in so long. And you really do sense the giddiness. I'm getting chills just even talking about it.
I know, it's all emotional.
It's something special to sit down across from somebody and break bread with them.
I'm sorry to interrupt everybody.
Many people are starting to get that confidence to come out, and you see it throughout the Coachella Valley. You got to have reservations oftentimes on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays.
You do have to take reservations to be a part of our group, just because we want to make sure that the businesses can handle us. But yeah, that is. I mean, they're even taking. We were just talking about this before. They're even doing. You have to reserve. You have to RSVP even to go to Disneyland.
Oh yeah, we just talked about Disneyland back open. Tickets are on sale as well. Not every single one of the rides is open, but I do believe enough of it to really have a great experience at Disneyland. Of course, they don't have the things like the parade and some of that.
Right, none of the mass gathering. But I will. The funny thing is they do. You have to plan your trip. So if you're one of those spontaneous people like me, who I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go with the flow. You actually have to plan it out ahead of time, which is interesting. So. But yeah.
Hey guys, make sure you stick with us. If you have any comments at all, make sure you put them, give them to us. We don't know. Daniel might actually pull up a couple of comments if you guys are asking any questions.
And sorry to interrupt everybody.
Yes.
What's going on?
Pastor Brad Kinney has joined the chat.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on in.
Okay, we won't bring him on just yet. We're gonna introduce exactly what it's all about, but we're gonna bring in Pastor
Brad Kinney
from Southwest Church. And we're gonna talk about it in just a second. Stay tuned.
Yeah, because
this is a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. It kind of happened. We're going to tell you the story about what happened and what's going on, but I'll just give you this as a quick little.
Okay, this is very important. Going to include, is it 14 different
15. It's actually 15
faith-based institutions. But before I get there, I just want to let you guys know that the Living Desert, this is very important, was just nominated, one of 20, to be nominated for Top Zoo by USA Today and Top Botanical Garden. This is in the United States, guys, but it's a voting thing. So it's an opportunity. So 20 different zoos and botanical gardens were selected, and now they're going to pare that down to the top 10. And you guys have an opportunity to go over to USA Today, type in Living Desert nomination, and you can vote for your zoo in 2 categories, botanical garden and zoo, which is quite unique, but it makes a lot of sense to us out here. Lots of cacti and all kinds of different hiking trails and everything at our particular zoo here. Very unique.
And a nursery. They have a nursery. You can go and buy some of the plants that you see there in the botanical gardens, which is freaking cool. That's cool, right? I would say one of the hardest things about living here in the Valley is when you do want to plant things, you're kind of like, what am I supposed to plant? What better way to do that but go to the local garden area there at the Living Desert and purchase those cool things, right? I totally cut you off.
I totally agree with you. In fact, the gift shop and everything else that's opened up there, it's been neat to see the Living Desert. One of the things that they did before they were able to even open up is that they actually reclassified themselves as a hiking trail and an area that you could get to hiking, and it allowed them to open up a little bit quicker outdoors. But things are starting to move indoors. Like I said, the gift shop is open and there's food and other things now available. Once again, got to go online still to check in to make sure that they meet capacity requirements for COVID. But I recommend.
Yeah, definitely. And there's another one. I'll totally recommend this. Totally. Just because you brought it up.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm also on the board of directors for the Coachella Valley History Museum, which is basically the Historical Society of Coachella Valley, and we are reopening on the weekend.
It is so unknown.
Really cool.
At the end of Miles Street, guys, just drive down Miles Street toward Indio. On the left-hand side, one of the most incredible buildings, the trees, the history there, and they have an archive that not many of you guys will ever be able to get into. But I've been back there.
If you know somebody, maybe.
And I've been in there, and I'm telling you, they've got stuff from the turn of the century, 1800s actually, all the way till now in their archives. Pretty interesting place to go. interesting place to be.
The neatest thing about this is our valley has created so many historical things that you guys don't even realize. I mean, the reason why we have lines on the freeway is because of a woman here in the Coachella Valley. So
sounds like a whole nother story.
Yeah, there's a whole other story that could be for next episode. Just like there was the very first automotive shop that took place that's here in the valley, Palm Springs, a woman. Yeah, that's right. So those are just some of the things that you'll find out. You'll find out from the Coachella Valley History Museum. So it's a very special place. If you haven't been there, it's got the best energy. But that's what we're doing this weekend is we're making history.
Well, you know what?
Right?
Yes, and speaking of history, this might be a great. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, you guys can submit your photos, of course, to us to be shown as a photo of the week. Can you pull up my photo of the week? Now, this is
this is so cheating.
This is our photo of the week for the Coachella Valley, and very excited to show this. I'm just waiting on Daniel to see if he can pull it up here.
It's the best, and I think I saw it already.
Oh, well, there you go.
Did I think I see it?
I hope so. I probably sent it to you.
You did, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Okay, so is it coming?
I don't know. I'm just looking at her screen here to see if it pops on screen. I don't really know, or maybe Daniel comes out and tells me it's actually available. Are you there, Dan? Come on screen and talk to us. Right through the camera.
We want to see your mask.
Right through the camera.
All right. Hey, sorry about that. Was giving a little insight to the kids and everything.
He's
My apologies.
Working his way in. I don't know.
So
Exactly. No. We're multitasking.
This
Jack of all
high
trades,
school.
master of none.
This is amazing.
We haven't heard any bells ring,
No, yeah.
and we haven't been asked to go to the principal's office.
Right. Exactly. I don't feel I'm in trouble yet.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have the picture up. Sorry about that technical display. Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely. What are we getting? The picture of the week?
I'm sorry, we can't hear you out here. All right. Anyway, a little bit of technical difficulty. I think we're just going to skip all of that.
Are we sharing the picture of the week?
Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There you go.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Are we sharing the picture of the week?
Oh, we are showing the picture of the week.
Okay, absolutely. My apologies again. We were helping teaching the kids a couple things, so
great.
Get a little multitasking in.
Well,
but
just
yes,
let me know when it's up because I can't tell on
week.
my phone or my monitor out here. Let me know when it's
No worries. Nope, here it is. Our wonderful little picture of the week.
Good, you're going to show it because the cool thing is I've submitted. If you guys haven't already submitted to CoachellaValley.com any of the beautiful scenic pictures that you take of the wonderful sunsets or whatever it is that you capture, I've had several that I was able to actually submit. They don't know who you are when you're submitting.
Oh, look at that. So look at that beautiful picture there. That is my grandson, guys. That is Dario. So I decided to capture. Isn't that the best, Dario? So my oldest son married recently and having their first child. This is Dario, just born a couple days ago. I'm going to see him on Saturday. Let me see. I can't even get the dates right in my mind. I think it was Tuesday or late Monday night.
I stalk him a little.
That's Dario. Give him a clap out. Yay! So excited. I can't wait to hold him. And thank you so much, Daniel, for pulling that up. Hey, let's
so you can make his mouth go off. Sorry, that's what you're going to do. You're going to chew up. So.
Hey, why don't we bring in Bradley, Pastor Kenny from Southwest Church, and the two of you, Rebecca.
We're going to tell the story.
Can tell me exactly. Here, let me have that right there. There we go. We're going to be talking about the Love Local Shop Here. Come in. 15 different faith-based organizations. It's all about this.
I see him.
There he is.
I see him.
How you doing, Pastor? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing great. Hey, I have a question though. How come you guys have this really cool set? You've got like the backdrop going, and then I have this boring thing behind me. What? How come I got?
I can barely hear him.
So you're gonna have to
turn
change.
Hold on. We're gonna have to turn this.
Come on.
Oh, that's the
I'm even shouting.
We're doing some technical difficulties, Brad. Hold on. I can't hear you.
That's probably even better.
Okay, so hear you. It's just that we can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
And I don't know what I just did, but I definitely messed it completely
up. So here's the deal, Brad. Okay, should I turn it up here?
Yeah, sure.
Can you hear me?
Let's see. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
No. Yeah, but it's so delayed.
It is delayed. All right. You know what, Bradley? This is what we're going to do, Pastor. Pastor, this is what we're going to do just to make it easy on us. We want you to tell us everything that there is about Love Local Shop Here, what it's about, how people can participate. You're on. It's your show.
Well, it's too bad we have this. I wanted to have a little interaction, but Rebecca.
So this all started on June 14th. I mean, July 4th, January. Sorry, one of the G months. January 14th, and Brad and I actually started having the conversation, and he really wanted to create a total change for the view on how people see, the awareness on how people see to support the local community. And he had a mission that he wanted to get. And so when he kind of shared with me the mission, it made perfect sense on how we can support all of our locally owned and operated businesses. So Brad, why don't you let everybody know what is happening? Because this is something that's pretty exciting. We've been working on this for a while. Divinely guided as to how this actually took place.
And in fact, we've got the website up right this second. You guys tell us what the website is so that they can maybe join us if they're online and take a look at it right now. What's the website, Rebecca?
It is lovelocalcv.com.
Lovelocalcv.com, and we're scrolling through the site right here.
Yes.
Rebecca, you can see
So
it.
there's the night of worship, which is going to take place. You'll see Brad there.
This one's real. That one's 20
Got
seconds
it.
delayed.
Actually, so Brad and there's 15 different churches that are part of this praise and worship event that takes place on May 1st. So Brad, you want to go ahead? I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I know it's delayed, so I'm going to be quiet. You talk.
Did I just hear you say you're going to be quiet? That's the
No, you're good to go, and we can hear you right now. Bradley, tell us everything there is about the show.
He's cracking a joke because he knows I'm not going to be
You're
quiet.
making a joke. I got it.
That's the
You know
first
Rebecca
time-
better than I.
That's the first time that she'll ever be quiet, and I guarantee you she'll interrupt me. So it actually started, when we got into COVID. Obviously, the church had to shut down, and we were devastated. And about 6 weeks into the shutdown, we decided as a church we were going to pour money into the community. So we had kind of a night where we raised money. Our goal was $700,000, and we ended up raising $1 million. We took the $1 million and literally poured it 100% into the Coachella Valley.
Unbelievable. How did you raise that $1 million? Was that through all 15 institutions, or is that just at Southwest?
No, on that particular one, it was just Southwest, and we did it live stream. We had never, obviously as churches, we did a little bit of live streaming, but we weren't really pros at live streaming. So we thought, well, we're going to have to try to do this fundraiser and raise money and do it not in person. So we had no idea what that was going to be. And our goal was $700,000, and again, we made $1 million that night, and literally poured it into the Coachella Valley. So we were so excited about that. We thought, well, what would happen if we partnered with other churches in the Coachella Valley, and how much more can we raise? So that was kind of the mission behind that. And we thought, we need to pour into small businesses. We need to get the initiative out, like buy shop locally, spend your money locally to support these small businesses. So that's when there's Rebecca holding that sign up there. But that's when we connected with Rebecca, and kind of the rest is history. We'll sort of kind of come together, thinking, how can we promote this? How do we support this? Other churches got involved, and right from tomorrow. Saturday at 7 o'clock at night, we're having a night of worship with 15 churches, 15 worship leaders, 15 different senior pastors will be involved in this night. And the purpose is to unite the Coachella Valley and raise money and go back into these small businesses.
Now, is this worship going to be in person, or will this be a virtual event?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. We're having it in person, and right now we have over 1,100 RSVPs.
Unbelievable.
We're keeping it safe. We have built out. We're calling it Coachella, but it's like a small Coachella basically set up on our lawn. We have 43 acres on our campus, and we have set up staging, lighting, trussing, and set up for a very safe but live event.
I will tell you, Pastor, I was at your Easter service, and you have so much room out there. It was just fantastic. Great stage, all marked off. I mean, I think I was probably 20 to 30 feet away from the stage. The stage was so big that all the participants, the musicians and others were so able to be separated. And the crowd, people just had so much room to be able to spread out. what a great venue you guys have there. I assume that's what you're going to be doing there on the lawn in front of Southwest Community Church.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're trying to promote a live event, but we realize that people all don't live in the Coachella Valley, or people still are a little bit cautious about coming to live events. We are going to be live in the entire event on lovelocalcv.com as well. So kind of get the best of both worlds.
So what are you going to do with the money when you raise it? What's going to happen?
So all the money, Southwest
100%.
100% of the money is being raised is going to be divided up equally between the 15 churches. The 15 churches will then have the ability to decide where they want to put the money into. The only stipulation has to be a local business in the Coachella Valley. So
Now, does it have to be a nonprofit, or can it be a for-profit? And is there a size of that business, or does it just have to be located in the Coachella Valley area?
I'll answer that one.
Okay.
I'll answer that one. So what they're looking for is small business. So they want it to be locally owned and operated, 50 employees or less, and can do some type of arrangement with the churches if necessary for them to actually buy ahead of time. So like if there's a patron that comes to pastor and says, oh my gosh, my air conditioner broke down and I don't have money to repair it, they may decide to go ahead and call one of the air conditioning locally owned and operated companies and let them know that they have someone that they want to send out and take care of them. That would be an example.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to make sure. And every business, this is the other stipulation, was every business that wanted to get involved was welcome to get involved. There is, for the rest of 2021, there is no fee at all for any of the businesses to get involved and get engaged with this program.
So how would they do that? If they wanted, if you're a business that want to be considered for some of the charitable funds that the churches are getting, or if the church ends up having one of their patrons or participants or members, maybe it's an air conditioner in need, how do businesses participate?
It's great. It's super easy. All they have to do is go to the lovelocalcv.com website.
Lovelocalcv.com.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's right there. Can you see it? Okay. You're going to go there and you're going to go to the business section. You'll read all about the praise and worship. That's going to be shifting after the event is concluded. That will look a little different, but on that business, there's a business tab. You're going to click that. And then the very first part is questions about your business. Put the information in, and what happens is I get it emailed to me, and then I will reach out to you. I will either call you or email you and say, okay, these are guidelines, you fit the guidelines, and you do have to make sure you have social media present.
If you guys are listening to this a little bit later, don't forget, we're going to put every single one of these URLs into the comments so that you guys can easily come back to this live, or when you share it with a friend. Don't forget, share this live with a friend, get it out there for us, and you can stream this on any smartphone or your favorite device. So at any time, of course, when the live is over, you can replay it, fast forward it, or share it with a friend. So we hope that you will do that. I'm Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and you are watching What's Happening Coachella Valley, and I am here with Rebecca Rizzo. You also,
yes,
it makes me think about, every time I think about this, On the Go with Rizzo, because you also do a live show.
Well, I was doing a live show in the very beginning of the pandemic, Garden Talks. Every morning I was getting up and I was kind of doing that. But now I've kind of switched it a little bit, and now I do a little bit of a shout out at the end of the week, or the end of the day, depending on how busy my day is, about all of the great things that I got to experience in the Coachella Valley, and actually really wherever I am. And it is called On the Go with Rizzo, and that was actually when it started because of the pandemic, actually.
See, we knew this, Pastor, that when we got her going, the segment would just change. But it's all good. It's all great, because this is all about positive people, places, and things, and affecting the Coachella Valley. And my objective and goal is to help you guys be informed about the things that are going on, and bring in Pastor and others that are doing amazing things in our community that we can participate in and be involved in. Tell me a little bit more, Pastor, about your services and what is in the horizon with the vaccines. And we're looking at yellow tier maybe here coming really soon.
Yeah, so the good news is the week after this live event, Mother's Day weekend, we are actually going back live in our sanctuary. So we're going to have three different services: one at 8, one at 10, and one at noon. But we've had such a good response from people who like the outdoor setting as well. So we're going to keep that venue open as well. So giving it opportunities for people to whatever zone they feel, they can attend one of our services.
Very good. I mean, you've got to be excited. So you're actually going to be bringing it inside on Mother's Day. When is Mother's Day? I should probably know that.
May 9th.
Yeah,
May 9th, guys.
Weekend, but May 9th is Mother's Day. It's going to be a big day for us, obviously, because this is the first time in a year, over a year, that we've actually opened the doors. So we're anticipating a really good turnout, and people are excited. Right, you saw it last week or Easter, whenever it showed up. It was a lot of people really want that experience, indoors or outdoors.
You know, it was a very incredible event, and you guys had done such a great job. It was multiple events, meaning, you had different show times. Just incredibly well done. It was orchestrated well. I'm talking about logistics really with COVID and all the protocols and those things, which are really the hardest part. A lot of things have to be talked out and, of course, discussed and worked through. But great execution. I was so blessed to go. Hadn't been there in so long that I ran into so many people I hadn't seen forever. I barely recognized them, because you got to recognize people through their forehead now. That's something I've heard. I'm starting to learn. That's right. I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize your forehead. I know who you are. So I've gotten a little bit better at that.
I'm so not. Everybody recognizes me, but I have a hard
rightfully
time.
so.
Yeah,
I mean, you got that wonderful dress on.
My tiki room dress.
That's right, the tiki room.
This is the tiki room, in case you guys don't know.
So from the Disneyland.
It's Disneyland. That's why we're talking about Disneyland, because of my tiki dress. No, but Brad, I will tell you that the one thing that's actually remarkable about working with this whole program, and a lot of people are like, we are the chamber is all about business. We don't care about the denomination. We don't care how you voted. We don't care any of that. The bottom line is it's all about supporting the business. So when Brad came to us to talk to us about this, the part that I love working with Brad. Brad and I are probably going to be lifelong friends now. We got used to talk to each other like every day.
I heard the word probably in there.
Well, it's up to him. I think it's up to him.
I might explore that part with you, Pastor, a little bit later on a new show.
I will say that the team that I've been working with is exceptional. Shauna, Sean, everybody that is Pastor Ricky, all of them. At Jay, everybody has been absolutely amazing, and I think that's part of why everything kind of fell together as it did. It's really exciting to know that the churches, the faith-based organizations in the Valley, are there to support the businesses. The faith in business is something that's really incredible. So shout out to the team and everybody who contributed, all the churches, and there's tons of churches. We've got Champion, we've got Christian Church, Coachella Christian Church. We've got 212. We got Destiny. So many. You guys can see all that on the website too. But just shout out. Thank you, Brad.
Hey, once again, if you guys have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments and we'll be responding throughout the week. Hey, Pastor, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And I'm very excited about the program that is about to begin. And thank you so much. And we will talk to you the next time. How about that?
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks so much, Brad. You're awesome. Now, the neat thing about this is going to be the first from what I envision of many fundraising events. One of the cool things is the churches and everybody have all got together to help with this whole movement. And the great thing is they are willing and they're happy. They definitely want any other nonprofit organization that wants to do a fundraising event. We've already got this already set up to help them really focus on local too. So the hopes, the vision is to any of the other nonprofits that are out here in the Valley, if you guys are looking to raise money so that you can give back to your folks and contribute to the community the way you do, reach out to me. That's something that I would definitely love to help you partner with and really, again, give back to the local businesses and champion them. So it's not a one-time, and this is just the first time.
So one of the reasons that we brought Rebecca here, of course, is working on our own partnership, CoachellaValley.com and the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. working out some details, some exciting things, because we're all about business too. And I think we've seen that we can work together and do a lot of things and being able to get the word out about all the exciting things happening in the Coachella Valley. So we're definitely interested in the businesses to make sure that you contact us, reach out to us if you're interested in any of this promotion, live broadcasting, any remotes, or anything that you see here. Just make sure that you reach out to us. Very accessible. Of course, our phone numbers and everything else are out there. Rebecca, we are at over 750,000 social fans across our network. We are so excited.
No, right now?
Yes, so excited.
You mean right now? Like right now?
Well, maybe not 750 watching, but we have 750,000 social media fans that are part of our different brands, and it's continuing to grow. In fact, we almost doubled in size during COVID, even though we're event-based.
Oh, you know what? I actually totally want to ask a question because this came up when I told people that I was actually, he never knows what I'm going to say either. It's kind of funny.
This is what live's all about. Here we go.
I'm going to ask him, but on the spot. No, I actually had some folks when I was telling him that I was coming and I was talking to you today. The very first thing, and I want you to kind of talk about this because this is pivotal, and I think this was when everything kind of shifted for you, was when you actually had live coverage of the whole movement that was happening with the Black Lives Matter and everything that was going on live in Palm Desert. Now, you were in the midst of it. And the crazy thing is that is the one thing when I say I was going to come and I was going to be on CoachellaValley.com, that was the explanation that the person I was talking to gave to the other person next to me
So
about
he's
who
the guy
he
that
was.
did the protest?
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how that happened? Because I think that was kind of a big pivotal part about how everything changed.
Well, I mean, of course we do lives. We've been doing live since 2016. And on that particular day, what was happening is there was if you remember, there were starting to be these protests. And there were some of them that were actually got violent in San Diego. And the same group was coming up to the Coachella Valley. Shops on El Paseo and otherwise end up boarding a lot of shops. There's a lot of nervousness that this could end up being turned into something violent in a way in this small community. Big group of police officers, a big contingent of actually tank-like vehicles. I mean, they were in riot gear, all prepared and ready. But what ended up happening is that the groups that came out here to protest ended up working with some of the local leaders and also churches and others, spiritual leaders and others, to try to mitigate and create what we hoped would be a peaceful protest. So I happened to decide the night before there was a lockdown. I actually drove at 3 o'clock in the morning around El Paseo just to show that there wasn't anything really going on out there. In fact, I only saw one police car in about a 4-mile drive that I made. However, that was the same night that the Republican Party headquarters got bombed with a Molotov cocktail. In addition to that, Red Barn was set on fire by somebody that same night that I was driving around. So it was a big news day, and I thought, well, you know, it's probably important that I go down to watch this protest. And I fired it up, and I just happened to catch it pretty much in the middle. Yeah. I had a woman that stood in the middle of the road, and I started to film her live. And that actually caused almost the entire protest to descend upon where we were at. And they literally circled around me. One of the leaders said, "We're going to do the live," and pointed to me and said, and he's filming it right now. I didn't know him, had no connection with him. But by that time, Rebecca, had 1,000 people watching. It was over 7,500 people at one time watching. And if you watch that video, it ended up actually being seen by over 20 million people. It was definitely viral. We did 2 lives. And if you ever go back into our archives, it's really the most incredible, I think, authentic representation of a protest. We stood out there and were with them for probably a good hour. And there were a lot of things that happened. Police officers that ended up kneeling, and you know, connection was incredible. One of the most amazing experiences I've had in a live. I also got called from congresspeople, assembly members, and others after that wanting us to obviously participate and do more live coverage. So thank you for asking.
I figured, because I mean, that's kind of, we've been having conversations for a while, and that was probably one of the pivotal shifts I think that you experienced during this.
A lot of people suggested that we should do a lot more news. You know, I've always been geared toward positive people, places, and things. And let me tell you, one of the things that came out of that protest was it was the first peaceful, nonviolent, not one violent act occurred during that particular protest, which made it, in my opinion, one of the first that Black Lives Matter and those groups had that didn't actually contain any violence. So that is a shout out really to all that were a part of that. And
I'm going to give a shout out because the people in Coachella Valley, you rock. Like really, we have exceptional people that live here. And the cool thing is we're getting more and more exceptional people moving here that want to make a change and want to get involved in the community. So I really think that that's probably part of why you had such a positive experience, because our people are amazing. I mean, we're here right now at a high school. We're in a high school.
Palm Desert High School, and look at this amazing. Studio behind us. You know, it's really.
We had a team of students that are actually filming us and taking care of us, and you guys can't see that. It's so cool.
And I want to give a big shout out to Sean Webb, Desert Sands Educational Foundation, for introducing and hooking up Mr. Martin and I, the teacher. He and I have been chit-chatting really for several months to get to this place. Of course, with COVID, wasn't really possible to do until now. But we're going to do 4 more lives every single Thursday right here in studio. 4 lives until.
Got to spend my lunch with him for the next 5 Thursdays.
That's right. And so we're going to do 4 more lives right here in studio, helping the kids, and the kids are helping us. Of course, they're behind the cameras to help us set everything up today. And I got Daniel Perry. And you guys might know Daniel Perry, ex-member of the Flusters, actually played at Coachella. Did you not? Hey, Daniel, where are you at? Come on back in for just a second.
Hey guys, I'm back
How
here.
You doing?
Hey.
Good to see you,
Very
man.
well. Just back,
So,
back here in the green room, even though it's a little bit of a yellow tint. That's okay.
You know what's really amazing is
blue.
this is our first work together, right, Daniel?
Yes,
and
sir.
look what we're
It's
doing.
the first time that we've done
live. We decided just to roll the dice and go for it. And so we hope that you guys have been able to hear it. We hope you have been able to enjoy this show and just the uniqueness of what we're doing here. The technology is incredible. We really are all about live streaming. We're going to continue to bring in guests.
Wonderful room the children have. This is just
let you guys know what's going on in the Coachella Valley. I just thank you so much, Daniel, for all the hard work. You know, you and I were talking this morning. We were talking yesterday. We were talking last week. Just putting all these things together. The lighting, the microphones, the cameras, the ability to bring in a pastor from another location, and of course to help Rebecca make sure she was tall enough in her chair. Otherwise, we'd be like this. It would be a little odd. So,
exactly. Most definitely. Always happy to help.
5'1" inch.
Yeah, I think she's got her purse actually tucked behind her too. Just to help her. That's right. Sandbags. Actually.
Beautiful.
I didn't know that.
Hey,
yes,
whatever helps, right?
You know, we did get a little bit of rain a few days ago. That's what's so amazing about our location. And we had some rainbows as well. Hey guys, if you're interested, make sure you send in your videos. Make sure you send in photos of the day. If you're interested in if you're a business that wants to learn more about Love Local Coachella Valley, you can find out all the information.
We're really just getting involved. I think one of the most important things that folks are looking for is how can they get involved and engaged. And
are we good?
You can actually.
Yeah, come on over here.
What are we doing?
What's going on?
Hey guys, no, just saying.
All right, guys. Well, so we're just getting some information.
Wrapping up now? I don't know what's happening. What is that information?
Well, you know, it's always breaking news, but not on this station right now. We won't be sharing what he just shared with me.
Okay.
But anyway, we are having a great time here, and you know what? We've been going for about 50 minutes.
Yeah, that was too easy.
I know. So tell me.
We didn't even talk about everything I wanted to talk about.
Well, tell me.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to give you a few more minutes to wrap up. Do tell me what is coming up in either the chamber or in your life. We already mentioned, of course, this weekend, the art festival. We'll also put the information. Do you have a website on that?
I don't. It's just on our Facebook page. So my Facebook page for my artist
put it in the
is
comments.
by Shay Rizzo.
Yeah,
and then my mom's, who is also one of the artists, is Earth House Studios.
We'll just put them in the comments because it'll be really hard for people
to remember.
Capture all that. But we'll make sure that we put all those artists in. There's 4 of them. St. Jagger.
Well, there's actually 4 stops, but 9 artists.
I got you.
So we've got pottery, we've got cool metalwork, we've got all kinds of cool stuff. And at my mom's location that has 4 folks, there's art installations around the property So there's a lot of cool places for you to take pictures and to check it out, stuff like that too.
Join me tomorrow.
Oh, and then we have to know. Wait, we have a golf tournament going on with the chamber. So if you guys wanted to actually get involved with the golf tournament on May 10th, we're doing a golf tournament at Eagle Falls. Do you know where Eagle Falls is?
I do. Eagles Falls is an amazing location. I believe it's up 74.
No, the
Oh, it's
Eagle
not?
Falls. I was going to test you.
what's it?
Eagle Falls is actually Fantasy Springs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So, and I've never seen that course, so I'm actually really excited about it. So they're going to be doing the golf tournament on that day. So if you're interested, we still do have a few foursomes left, and I think we might have one sponsor on the green. You know about the sponsor on the greens?
Nope.
So basically, as a business, you would say, okay, I want to have that hole, and then you can set up refreshments, and they have to be prepackaged refreshments and little tchotchke things you guys can hand out, and you would basically engage and involve yourself with 144 of the golfers that are attending the event.
So many events. Run for the Dead's coming up.
Oh yeah.
And they're doing it this year. They invited me actually out to cover that live. I might actually pull that off. I'm not really sure.
What day is it?
I think it's this weekend, Saturday. I don't have
so many things, you guys.
I know.
Really, you have to prioritize.
You absolutely do.
But this is the thing, though. As they're out and about, this is the thing. So even though you might not be supporting local because you're actually not going to an actual store or restaurant or something, just remember that you stopping and getting gas along the way from going to point A to point B is important. That's economic development. That's giving people jobs. So as simple as it is, just make sure that those little things you can do to spend your money in the local economy is going to make a big difference.
So one last thing, guys, make sure you catch me tomorrow at the Desert Beer Company, guys. Live music, 3 different.
And that's in Palm Desert.
That's right, Palm Desert, right off of Country Club, easy access off of I-10 in Washington, right there. Please, that is a local brewery, our 4th brewery, by the way, family run, and he's really cool. And you can only get the beer actually at the facility there. So what's really neat about it is the environment. You get a chance to eat, relax, drink, but they also brew it right there. So you're literally sitting there in the production room, and that just creates a really fun environment, both outside and inside. So make sure that you join us tomorrow. I think with that, I'm going to say goodbye and let you guys go. This is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and I am with Rebecca Rizzo. She's an artist, and she is also the director of membership for the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce.
You can always find me by looking up Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair.
There you go. Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair on Google. See what you come up with.
I don't know.
I don't either. All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys next time. Make sure you join us right here at the same station, 1:30 next week. All right. Talk to you next time.